Yo, hey, what's up, guys? It's been quite some time since I did my last video, about 3 to 4 months, and truthfully, I've had some really bad life experiences the past 3 to 4 months. One big major event that actually took place, I had someone passed away in my close family, and it really took me by surprise. It pretty much knocked me off my feet. I wasn't really prepared. I didn't know what to do, and it came down to these past 3 to 4 months. The best way I can describe it is I was diagnosed with depression. You know, I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to eat. I didn't want to go to work. I didn't want to do anything, and it was pretty bad, guys. I do want to apologize to all of my subscribers because I've noticed that on my YouTube page just a couple days ago that I have 550 subscribers. I was like, holy cow! I think last time I checked, like 3 to 4 months ago, it was like 400, maybe almost 500, and I received also another message. Well, actually, I received tons of messages on my YouTube. I still have to go through all of them. I think I have like maybe 72 private messages I need to go through. So I know one of my most current ones was from CND Money Guy. Apparently, he was my 500th subscriber, and that was posted last month. And I feel really bad because I never really did anything or said anything to him. So this is kind of a shout out, you know, CND Money. Hey, thanks for subscribing, man. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it, and especially to all my new subscribers too, because even though I haven't really been doing videos in the past, few months now, it kind of motivates me even more seeing all my videos and all of the views it's been getting, and a lot of talk that I've been, or at least comments that I've been receiving on those videos, private messages, questions. It really motivates me to, partake again in this comic book community. Another thing I've been noticing, and even though I've been out and I haven't really been doing videos or at least commenting, even logging into my YouTube, I haven't done anything, guys, really. I've noticed that a lot of you seasoned collectors and just new collectors are starting to pay attention more to Mylar bags and versus polyurethane bags, and that's really great. Because I don't want to take. I'm not saying I'm taking credit for that, but at least I can say I put my 2 cents into the controversy of poly bags versus Mylar, because again, I'm not really downgrading or disrespecting polyurethane bags. It's just Mylar is kind of the better way to go, and even though I'm not getting paid for any, I'm not endorsing or getting type of payment for this. It's just I'm glad to see that artwork and a piece of history is being preserved it's better being preserved in Mylar bags versus polyurethane. I don't know, that's just my 2 cents. But anyways, guys, I apologize also that this video may be kind of weird. This is my first video in 4 months, so I gotta get back into the groove and kind of get back into social life or media. I don't know. I don't know. But anyways, guys, cut to the chase. Today was my first day back to my local comic book store in about 4 months. And I made 2 purchases today. I didn't really buy anything modern because I'm so out of date. I have no idea what's going on. A lot of things have changed. A lot of storyline, more, or at least old storylines have ended. New ones have started or at least continued, and I don't know. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna buy a couple old comic books, and I have a good story why. Anyways, the first one I do want to mention, guys, that I purchased today was this one right here, SpiderMan and the Hulk. I know I've seen this shown on a couple YouTube videos before, and plus eBay. And to you guys that don't know what this is, it's a special printing, kind of like a one-time comic book that was issued, or at least included in the Chicago Tribune in the late 70s. I believe this is only a one-time run, and the storyline in it, what I understand, is kind of like an original storyline. It's not really a reprint. This is kind of, I don't want to say hard to find, but it's not common. I paid $20 for this at my local comic book store, only because I bought it because, number one, it's in really, really good condition. I would have to say very fine to maybe near mint condition. I mean, there's really nothing wrong with it. The only thing that I did notice on the back of this comic book, there are a couple creases, couple wrinkles. Other than that, it's in really, really good shape, and I've been meaning to buy this. Every time I bid on it on eBay, I always end up getting outbidded, or it just goes a little bit too high. And I think $20 that I paid for it was pretty good. I didn't want to go any higher than that, so this is the only one they had there at my local comic book store, so I'm glad I bought it. Next one, guys, that I picked up today is dun, 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 Fantastic Four number 25. I paid a pretty penny for this one, only because, actually, two reasons. This is actually one I've been looking for to actually include in my collection. I know most of you out there that have been following me for a while know that I'm a big versus guy. If it's a comic book that has, any type of villain versus villain, or, sorry for the glare, hero versus hero, that's the kind of comic book I like. I love to read those ones, because we all know the controversy when we used to have when we were kids, right? Like, oh, who's more powerful, the Hulk or the Thing, or, the Silver Surfer, or, whoever, who's more powerful, or who's more stronger, who would win? And that's because I used to have those conversations when I was younger. That's what actually got me involved in comic books, because I wanted to know. I wanted to know their powers and their weaknesses. So, again, this was kind of on my top want list for a very long time. Second reason why I bought it, guys, I found out just recently, within a week or so, that Stan the Man Lee, is coming back to Arizona. Again, for another comic book convention. We have two big comic book conventions here in Arizona, one at the beginning of January and another in May. The one in January, it's actually called Amazing Arizona Comic Con. If you want to Google that, guys, go ahead. I remember going to this specific one a long time ago when they first held their very first one when I was young. And they've grown. They've grown to a point where last year it was held in a certain part of town in Arizona, in Mesa, actually. But this year they moved it to Phoenix, only because the crowd, the total number of participants, and especially the fact that Stan Lee's coming, and Jim Lee and Stan Lee are both coming in January, so they had to rent a larger space to accommodate, number one, the crowd, and plus, these big time people, artists, or at least comic book enthusiasts, if you want to say. So it's a really big event. So I'm glad, number one, Stan Lee's coming again, and number two, that it kind of helps me get back into the comic book collecting scene. Especially since I've been kind of down on the dumps, and just, I don't know, it just kind of the way I think about it, to all of you, to all of my old subscribers, especially that's been with me through part one, the very first video, I pretty much talked about, why I'm getting back into comic books. The reason why I got back into comic books back a long time ago, and 2 years ago, actually, a long time ago, 2 years ago, was because Stan Lee was coming to Arizona. Stan Lee was coming, I wanted to meet him, and I got that Iron Man #1 there. That Iron Man #1 was somewhat my first comic book that I purchased, and I had that signed in, of course, CGC 6.5. That kind of got me in the comic book scene. And so now, with my issues that I've been dealing with, when I found out Stan Lee is coming, it was kind of like a sign. I don't know. It was like, hey, Rick, wake up. Stan Lee's coming. You got to get back into the grind. And it kind of, it actually is. It is helping me get back into, into normal life. So I figured, you know what? I'm going to go all out. Since I'm more, ready, I'm more active, or at least trying to be active, I'm going to start getting more comic books, or at least old school comic books. So this is one of them. I plan to get a couple more within the next 2 to 3 weeks, just because I want to get at least maybe 4 or 5 Stan Lee signatures on these comic books. And I know some of you were like, dang, Rick, what are you doing with all that money? I wish I had that money. Well, mind you guys, I've been out of the comic book scene for about 4 months now, and all that money that I would spend on comic books, it's been pretty much sitting in a drawer. I cash my check and throw my money in a drawer, so all that extra money that I haven't been spending on comic books, I'm going to be spending now. So these are just 2 of them that I bought. Also, guys, to finish up this video, I do want to show some comic books that came in during the 3 or 4 months that I pretty much purchased prior to my incident. They trickled in, they came in, so I do want to show these off just because, I don't know, to keep you guys entertained. This one I purchased a while ago, and it's Atomic Attack issue number 5. Now, mind you guys, this is a fairly old issue here. Let me get a better. This would have to be, shoot, man, I don't even remember. I believe it's maybe late 40s, early 50s. It's in really good condition, and I remember reading this on a day when it was raining, and I was just terrible. I was tore up. This is a while, maybe like 2.5 months ago. I was reading this, and it cheered me up, or at least by amazement, because this comic book pretty much talks about mind you, again, this comic book has to be at least 60 years old, okay? Now, mind you, in this storyline, it talks about the fight, or at least the war, tomorrow's war, pretty much in the future, how the wars are going to look in the future. And it does show, believe it or not, it does show soldiers with night vision goggles and special laser beam rifles, and like you would see today, like in Navy SEALs or something, or some type of black ops. It was really cool, reading this storyline. Pretty much these spies or these special mission soldiers went in and took out a bunch of enemies, and it was really cool. It's like, man, how would they have known, all this technology back then was going to be introduced? I don't know. It was really weird. It was, if you're into that, guys, if you're into old time war stories, the artwork is really good. And I know I introduced a comic book. Where's it at? I introduced this comic book a few months ago, Atomic Attack. This is issue number 8. I know a lot of you really enjoyed this one. It's pretty cool. Same type of storyline. It's just a different type of scenario, I guess. This is issue number 5, so yeah, I really like them, and they're really high grade, really good condition, especially especially since they're 60 years old. So I'm really glad I have them. Another thing that came in, guys, a while ago, a long time ago, that I never showed you was this right here. I finally received my George Perez autographed CGC sketch cover. George Perez came by in May of 2012, and I actually got a chance to see him, and he did a quick sketch of the Hulk. The Hulk is my number 1, or at least number 2, well, number 1 superhero. Good guy, okay? Number 2 all-time favorite. So I asked George Perez to do a quick sketch, and he did. He autographed it, and I'm actually surprised that I got a 9.6 on it. I was really hoping for a 9.8, but here, apparently there's a quick little bend that, God bless it, there was not a bend when I purchased this. And I'm thinking it got bent either by, CGC when they collected it, because there was no bend on it, man. I'm mad, but it don't matter. It's, for my personal collection. I really enjoy George Perez, and so with this one, I also got this Action Comics number 644. I really like this cover of Superman here with his eyes all red, pretty much in the dark. Signed by George Perez, got a 9.4. And that's pretty much it, guys. I don't know what else to show. I mean, shit, I've been out of the scene for a while. As you can tell, it's not, my collection hasn't grown. It's just I ordered more boxes a while ago, and some of these boxes are empty. It's just that I store stuff on. I mean, all my comic books in, and I have no problem with ordering more of those. I really recommend those type of drawer boxes for storing your comic books. Really top notch, really nice. But that's pretty much it, guys. Stay tuned to more videos. Also want to give a heads up to all the people that are the 3 winners that I had for my giveaway. I do apologize. Shoot me an email, guys, if you don't mind. Like I said, I have like maybe 72 private messages I need to go through. But if you guys just want to send me a quick PM, I'm not too quite sure. I don't think you received them, only because I do remember getting some notices in my email, or at least in the mail, from them. And like I said, it's been moving back into my house. Like it's just been hectic. But send me an email. I do want to make things right. If you have received the comics, let me know. If you haven't, let me know. I don't mind sending, something else out for a replacement. Shit, I'll even send you cash, guys. Like I said, I've been going through so much right now, and I'm just trying to get my life back in order. So that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks for watching, and expect more videos probably next weekend, or maybe this weekend. Shit, I don't know. But expect more videos, especially me continuing my CGC. I still have videos. I still need to render those out and upload those, because that series is pretty much done. I never uploaded them. Yeah. So thanks for watching, guys, and thanks for being patient. Oh shit, I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you, and peace.